Most men spend their entire lives trying to decipher one question: what are women thinking? We study tactics, we seek advice, we do everything we can to get their attention. But what if I told you all that effort is useless because you're looking in the wrong place? You are trying to control the mirror instead of controlling the man standing in front of that mirror. Here is the brutal truth. Women do not respond to your actions or your words. They respond to the energetic frequency you are emitting. I call this the law of energy reflection. Are you emitting anxiety, scarcity, or neediness? If you are, the mirror will only reflect back avoidance and resistance. If you want to change every relationship you have with one core secret, if you are ready to shift from being a reactor to a creator of your own reality, this is the journey you cannot afford to miss. Hello, what is your energetic frequency? It is the combination of your confidence, your composure, your purpose, and your authenticity. It is your core essence. Women are simply mirrors reflecting that very essence back to you. Are you ready to look into that mirror? This is step 1. If you want to unlock the deeper layers of mastering this frequency, hit subscribe now. Level 2. The still water lake metaphor and inner composure. The frequency of a truly attractive man is not a raging fire. It must be a deep, still water lake. Most men act like tidal waves on the surface of the lake. They react intensely to every gust of wind. A small criticism, a delay in a text, a minor challenge, and they instantly create a swell. The bigger the wave, the more they expose their insecurity and lack of control. When you are a tidal wave, you create chaos. Women may be curious about chaos, but they never feel safe in it. The man who emits a high frequency, on the other hand, is the still water lake. He is deep enough not to be disturbed by the stones thrown into him. His composure is not indifference. It is proof of his inner mastery. It says, "The world outside may change, but my core essence remains steady." In psychology, this is your frame. When a woman throws out a light challenge, she doesn't want you to crash. She wants to know if you can hold your still frame. I once knew a friend whose wife would challenge him by pretending to be dissatisfied with small decisions. He never got angry or defensive. Instead, he smiled, looked her in the eye, and said, "I love that you challenge me, but I've made my decision, and I will own it." That composure instantly earned her respect and softened her energy. Do not make yourself the wave. The wave always needs the shore to crash upon. The lake exists on its own. Reflective question. In the past week, what things have turned you into a wave? How did that reaction make you feel? Level 3. Uncovering the scarce hole in abundance. We have to go deeper into the hole that creates the waves. Most men carry an invisible scarce hole in their soul. It is the deep-seated feeling that they are not enough. Not rich enough, not good enough, not loved enough. And when you communicate with women from that hole, you emit a needy frequency. You are not showing up to share your life. You are showing up to fill the hole. In Eastern philosophy, we call this attachment. Attachment to the outcome. Attachment to the other person's response. When you are attached, you hand over your emotional power to someone else. And no one is attracted to a man who has surrendered his power. In modern psychology, seeking external validation is a defense mechanism rooted in childhood. We believe if we get this woman, we will be healed. But no one can heal you except yourself. A man who has abundance is a man who has healed himself. He realizes that with or without her, his life is whole. He enters a relationship not to take, but to enjoy and give from that wholeness. Never make a woman the bridge you need to cross your own hole. Build that bridge with your own self-effort. Reflective question. If tomorrow you lost everything, what part of your soul would remain, making you feel like a worthwhile man? Stop searching for external answers. The answer is in the journey of self-mastery. Hit like on this video if you are ready to confront the truth about your own scarce hole. Level 4. The man's 80-20 rule and purpose. If energetic frequency is paramount, where should a man focus his energy? I call this the attractive man's 80-20 rule. 80% of your energy must be focused on your purpose and your personal growth. 20% of your energy is reserved for your relationships. Most men do the opposite. They turn the relationship into the center of their universe. But a man with a big purpose, a clear path, is an expanding universe. Women don't want to be the center of your universe. They want to be a satellite orbiting a strong one. Stoicism teaches us the dichotomy of control. We cannot control the responses of others, but we can fully control our own actions, efforts, and growth. Think about a moment you were completely immersed in your work, a hobby, or a meaningful project. That is when you completely forgot about trying to attract anyone. And ironically, that is when you were most attractive. Why? Because you were emitting the highest frequency of self-mastery. If your relationship is the only thing that brings you joy or meaning, then you do not have a purpose. You just have a distraction. Reflective question. What is your number one goal for the next 6 months, completely unrelated to any relationship? How many hours did you spend this week truly building that goal? Level 5. The Truthsmith Metaphor and Authenticity. Once you have mastered the Stillwater Lake and built your purpose, the next step is ensuring your energy is authentic. We don't want to pretend to be someone else. I call this becoming the Truthsmith. You forge confidence not by lying to yourself or wearing a mask. You forge it from your flaws and your failures. Most men make the mistake of trying to hide their vulnerability. They think they have to be perfect to be attractive. But here is the brutal truth. When you try to hide something, you emit a fake frequency. Women, by natural instinct, sense that inauthenticity, and it creates an invisible wall. Authenticity is not oversharing. Authenticity is acceptance of who you are. You may be imperfect, but you are striving to grow. That acceptance creates a solid foundation for your energy. In psychology, when you allow yourself to be vulnerable in a controlled way, you are showing the greatest inner strength. Vulnerability is not weakness. Vulnerability is the courage to be real. Do not hide your scars. Let them be a testament to the fact that you survived and grew. Reflective question. If you met a man with your exact demeanor today, would you truly trust and respect him? If not, what needs to change? Level 6. The Principle of Spiritual Intimacy and Deep Connection. When your energetic frequency achieves composure, abundance, and authenticity, you unlock a higher level of connection. This is the principle of spiritual intimacy. True intimacy is not a physical act. It is the harmonization of energy. If your frequency is high, you don't just attract a woman's body, you attract her soul. In relationships, people often get stuck at the transactional or emotional level. The highest level is the existential level. Existential connection happens when a woman feels safe enough to let go. She doesn't need to test or pretend anymore. She feels seen and accepted for who she is, not for the role she plays. Taoist philosophy speaks of wu wei, action without striving. When your energy is right, you don't have to do much. The relationship flows on its own. You do not seek closeness. You are closeness. Attraction is just the stepping stone. The goal of attraction is to lead to energetic alignment. If you still need tactics to keep someone around, you haven't reached this level of connection. Reflective question. When was the last time you were truly present without any expectations, simply enjoying the existence of the woman next to you? What was the difference in your feeling then? This knowledge is priceless. Share this video with a friend who you believe is ready for this transformation. Level 7. The Lesson of the Oak Tree and the Call to Life. We have walked through 7 levels of discovery. Now, it is time to close this journey with one final image. Look at the ancient oak tree. It does not run anywhere. It does not try to prove anything. It simply exists and grows along its vertical axis. The oak attracts those seeking shade and permanence, not because it does something special, but because it is itself. The true attraction of a man is the same. It is not a skill set. It is a state of being. You do not need to decipher women. You only need to become the man they naturally desire. Become the oak tree in your own life. steady, purposeful, and abundant. All the signals from women we talked about at the beginning are actually just the reflection waves of the law of energy reflection. She is only the mirror reflecting what you are emitting. If you want a beautiful reflection, stop polishing the mirror. Cleanse the man you are. The deep transformative practice, the 5-minute oak tree drill. Before a crucial meeting, or before sending a text you are anxious about, stand tall. Close your eyes. Imagine your oak roots digging deep into the ground. Feel the composure and the wholeness inside. Take one deep breath. This drill will help you reduce anxiety instantly and increase your decision-making capacity in just 30 seconds. It is time to end your role as a reactive man and step into the role of a creator of your own reality. Stop chasing validation. Start chasing your own wholeness. If this video has resonated with your soul, if you are committed to becoming the oak tree in your life, subscribe now and turn on notifications. Comment oak tree below to join me in building a community of men who master their own energetic frequency. I will see you in the next video. Be real.